spread betting providers, I mean, I can't talk about the other spread betting companies, of course, because I never worked for them, and I don't know what they do. But I understand that they all operate pretty much under the same criteria as London Capital Group did. Basically, you have a risk limit, and it's called the risk limit, but it's called the PRR, and it's declared to the FSA, FCA, as the maximum limit that the company is permitted to run. All the positions get added into a book, and each individual market, each individual sector of markets, and the overall book have their own limits. So we can't have a certain amount of risk in Vodafone shares, more than a certain amount of risk in Vodafone shares, can't have more than a certain amount of risk in sterling dollar, can't have more than a certain amount of risk in gold or oil or anything. And then above that, you then have the sector risk, so you have the commodity book, can't have more than a certain amount of risk, all the gold, silver, oil, indices, Dow, FTSE, DAX, CAC, all that, they all form another book. You can't have more than a certain amount of risk there. And the equities and foreign exchange the same. So as soon as those risks are hit in the individual markets, in the group, in the sector of those markets, and as an overall, the PRR, the total PRR risk, the spread betting company will hedge that risk. And that is why they hedge. They don't hedge for any other reason. They just hedge the risk of the book. Because if they're in and out of the market all the time, trying to buy and sell futures, they're effectively doing what the client's doing, which is giving away the spread, paying commissions, blah, 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 blah. So only trade when the risk levels are hit, and only trade to bring the risk level back into line with the permitted levels set by the company.
Talking about books, tell us about the A and B books.
Well, A and B, London Capital Group, we called them marked risk, and everybody else, we call them marked risk and B book. The marked risk are the people that we estimate are good traders and trade in such size that is detrimental to London Capital Group. And so if they win. And so the A book are the clients that if they buy £10 a point in the FTSE, will go and buy one contract to cover that risk. So when they buy, we buy. When they sell, we sell. That's the limit of the A and B book. Of course, now you've got much cleverer systems which actually link directly into the exchanges. And so when these clients make trades, they will only make trades when the spread betting company itself has covered the risk. There's much more complexity and technological improvements over the last few years. But in general, that is the underlying reason. An A book is one that we just follow, and B book are ones we just let get on with it, and they'll trade against each other. Half the B book are going to be long, the other half are going to be short. And so we just let them sit there. Okay. Overhedging a successful trader. I mean, I don't know whether the other spread betting companies do that or not. I have no idea, but I know that London Capital Group doesn't, or didn't when I was there. We didn't permit our traders to do that. You just match the risk to the best of your ability. Obviously, the point about spread betting on CFDs is that you can trade in any size you like, whereas futures are a specific sized contract. So if the marked risk client has traded £15 a point, you've got a choice. Either you bet one contract or two contracts, one contract being equivalent of £10, two contracts being the equivalent of £20. So it's the choice of the trader whether he's going to overhedge the guy or underhedge him. But no, we will never actually follow the client and then take a bigger position.
Well, what's the ideal time frame?
The ideal time frame for... Sorry, the ideal time frame?
Well, it's just a standalone, but I guess it's to guarding...
Oh, when do you hedge the client? You hedge the